Welcome to the Elite Real Estate Agents of SEQ podcast, where I sit down with some of the most successful and respected real estate agents working right here in one of Australia's most beautiful and sought-after regions, Southeast Queensland. This podcast gives you a genuine, behind-the-scenes look at who these agents are as people, what makes them stand out in the industry, and most importantly, can help you decide if they're the right fit to guide your property journey. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. You might just be listening to the perfect person to sell your property. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Elite Real Estate Agents of Southeast Queensland. Now today's guest is someone who's made a serious name for himself in the northern Gold Coast property scene. Not just by selling homes, but by redefining how local agents connect with the community. Brett Reddell is the lead agent and area specialist for Ormeau and surrounding suburbs. With a reputation for straight talking advice, consistent results, and a deep understanding of the local market, Brett is known for going all in for his clients. From the first call to the final handshake, doing it all from start to finish. Over the years, he's built a high-performing business that's powered by referrals, repeat clients, and trust, not gimmicks or fluff. He's not trying to be the loudest voice in the room, just the one people call when they want it done right. Brett, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Excellent. All right, so real estate hasn't been your gig forever, has it? You sort of were a bit of a latecomer to...
Yep.
Where did it all... Take me back. Where did, from finishing school, what was your thing?
Retail.
Retail?
Yeah, went straight into retail. So I went into like a local homegrown supermarket chain. They were putting me through a management course and I just didn't think that was for me. So I ended up changing.
Yep.
Took the big plunge and moved to Queensland. Went and worked for Kmart.
Okay, where were you? So before
Northern
Queensland?
Rivers.
Northern Rivers, okay.
So
It's not too far away.
Yeah, so grew up in the Northern Rivers, little place called Austinville. Old terminology of the name of the place was Duck Creek Mountain because it sat on top of a hill.
Okay.
In between Lismore and Ballina. So very much a sleepy town.
Yep.
So working in the local supermarket, having your dad as the local superstar, you know, you'd always get the tap on the bum from some old lady. I know your father.
I know your
golly,
dad.
yeah, you know my dad. Yep. Awesome. It's just one of those things, you know, the name Reddell was quite well known in that local area. 18, took the plunge, moved to Queensland. Got a job with Kmart.
Okay.
Kmart Sunnybank, actually. The store, it's all changed now. But
right.
Yeah, so started with them as, got the Cadet of the Year, and that was quite a good thing to get, actually. So number one trainee manager, first year for all of Queensland. Went from there, and I ended up leaving Kmart after 8 years. It was a tough gig.
Good grounding, good training.
Oh, great training, but you're working 6 days a week, sometimes 7. A bit like real estate. And then, you know, you ended up, but look, like I said, I ended up going store to store, doing refurbs, refits, got well known because I got the job done.
Yep.
And then moved out of there into Philip Morris.
Mm-hmm.
So into the world of tobacco.
Tobacco?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So big brands.
Yep.
Worked my way through very quickly, understood the needs of clients and customers, listened to what they wanted to make sure that we get the right ranging in their stores.
Right.
So, yeah, started my own business, had a servo, then had a restaurant. Anyway, just dabbled a bit with wholesaling and so forth. And then thought, why not real estate?
Yep.
A great opportunity. I've always wanted to do it, always wanted to help people find a home and sell someone's house.
There was that niggle in the back there that always thought that's where you were meant to be.
Yeah, just wanted to help people, you know. People buying and selling, it's a pretty important part.
Absolutely. It's their biggest asset, isn't it?
Yeah.
For most people.
And being a part of that was a big focus of me because all my life was in sales of some sort, but dealing with that end user really gave me that itch to want to do that more on a different scale. So I went and worked for many brands, you know, went and worked for Harcourt's there for a while. Definitely an interesting thing to do, working for a franchise brand, not something I would recommend to anyone out there looking to get in the world of real estate, wanting to make a difference. Have a look at your boutiques. Have a look at the ones that really count.
Independence, the ones...
Backbone of the world, mate.
Yep.
You know, like you can work for a franchise and be a number, or you can go be in a boutique and be someone.
How long were you with Harcourts for?
Oh, look, I was there twice actually, so probably around, say, 3 years.
Yep.
Had a bit of a stint with Rain and Horn. Then I did a couple of boutique brands, one at Oxenford, another one in Ormeau. But I started selling land, funny enough, sitting in a donga, a box,
Yep.
on vacant land,
On blocks.
selling dreams.
Yep.
You know, standing on a block of land saying, "Hey, we're standing in your lounge room right now."
Could you imagine what could be here?
Oh, they bring their dog along. The dog takes a leak on the ground. It's like, that was in your lounge room. It's on the mat. And they're like, "Oh, you're right. It would be too." So, building dreams. It's like leaving a memory with people.
Sure.
Best thing I ever did was discover boutique.
Yep.
Because it allowed me to discover area specialist.
Yep.
Met an amazing man named Michael Choi.
Yep.
Definitely not a business owner or a brand owner that you would expect.
Yep.
So discovering that, with Michael, I felt privileged to have the opportunity, being one of the first in Queensland to come on as AS. I was pretty stoked.
Yep.
And we're growing a nice little gathering of people now, which is quite good.
Yep.
Nationally, it's quite a strong brand.
Yep.
So I think my grounding in retail led me to this here today. Best decision I've ever made.
Yep.
So I've got to say, it's been a journey.
So how long now have you been in real estate?
End of 2012.
Yep.
So beginning of 2013 officially kicked it off.
And obviously you're pretty passionate about the boutique side of things,
Yeah.
and you love being with area specialists. And you said, as a bit of advice for anyone thinking of doing it, go down the boutique path. But would you recommend starting off with a bigger agency? What was the training and things you got there from someone cutting their teeth in the industry worth it? Could you get the same, going straight to a smaller?
Good question. I think everybody is different. So if you're not a very driven person, go work for a franchise brand.
Okay.
Because you're happy to sit in a room of, 20, 30 agents, and they'll tell you what to do. They'll tell you when to take a dump, I suppose, at the end of the day. I know it sounds a bit full on, but it's true. They literally control everything you're doing. If you're driven, get out there and have a go.
Do it yourself.
100%. The best way to learn is being on the ground and learn. Sometimes in a big franchise brand, you get lost. You're a number.
Yep.
Where you go to school, you're a number. At the end of the day, you don't want to be that number for the rest of your life. You want to be someone. You want an identity. And you get drowned out. You get very experienced agents. And I found that. I sat in a room with some high-firing agents, and they would drown you out. They didn't care. They didn't want to hear what you had to say. You literally sit there in your meetings, and all your boss cared about was, what's the next price reduction?
Yep.
Get a deduction. If you don't get it, I'll go get it. Well, no, you're not. It's my client, not yours. No, it's their client. It wasn't mine.
Yep.
It was theirs, because they made that very clear. I'm not interested in doing that. People count. Money's a great reward at the end of the day, but it's exactly that. It's a reward. It comes to you when you've done the job. So don't ever expect it beforehand. My dad always said to me when I was younger, he said, never expect a wage until you've worked a week. And it stuck with me, and it's true. And if you expect money, and people do, they start their job. What are they asking you? When do I get paid? When do I have a day off?
Yep.
How much am I getting? Before them. See you later. So for me, I suppose I had good grounding. So I learnt from a good mentor in that respects, and my parents worked hard all their life. So very, very good teachers to teach me what's right. And I'm impairing that onto my son now, and he's learning that, so which is good. And he'll be the same. He'll work hard and get the rewards later on.
Area specialist.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about how they work, because we've known each other for a little while now, and you are the area specialist for Ormeau. You specialise in Ormeau and Ormeau Hills, don't you? So tell me about how the area specialist model works.
Oh, look, it's a great model. It's just a license model. So we pay the branding a license fee every month, and then we pay a settlement fee on each property. Very fortunate to be backed up with a big admin team. So a lot of local, and there's a lot offshore as well. We've got a full management set up down there as well. And then obviously we've got Michael and his brother Andy, who, great mentors, great teachers, very, very experienced in the industry. So it's not for everybody. If you're not a go-getter and you can't self-operate, go work for a franchise brand. Like I said, they'll tell you what to do. If you can get up every day and do the job and do the things that count, go join a brand like this. You can't go wrong. So for me, I had no choice.
Yep.
Mate, I started this. I started this at the beginning of COVID. We don't talk about COVID. COVID's a non-word. Just put it out there.
Yep.
I had $14,000. And here I'm starting a business. Now, rebranding everything I had with the 14 grand, it was tough. Sitting there thinking, how's this going to work? Best decision I ever made.
Yep.
Because I'm a go-getter. I wanted to go and get it.
Yep.
I had 5 listings and it kicked off at the best year I've ever had in real estate. That first year.
Fantastic.
And it's never, ever looked back. And yeah, it's tough. But you know what? Something I did, and I believed in myself.
Yep.
And I always believe in myself. Because at the end of the day, like I said, money doesn't count, people count, but it comes at the end. And a lot of agents, you know, they sign up a listing and you see it in the office and they're clipping their heels going, oh, I'm going to make this much money. Who cares?
No.
Who cares? What about your client?
Yeah.
What are you going to do for your client?
Are you thinking about why you've got the listing, what they're after, what their goals are?
You need to know. It's really important. You need to know their direction, where they're going. You know, if you're a person looking to sell a house and you're watching this video, and if your agent doesn't say, hey, where are you going? What's your plans?
Yep.
Don't list with them. They do not give a flying rat about what you're doing. They don't care. If they sit there and they ask you, where are you going? What's the move? Find out. Is it a sea change? Is it a life change? Is it a work change? Like, they need to know
the motivation behind the decision to sell.
But it's an interest in your client. You've got to have interest in it. You've got to understand what your client wants.
Sure.
So, and I love doing that. I love to hear people's stories.
Yep.
I love to see people's journeys. It's so nice. You love to see kids come in and race off and pick the big bedroom with the bathroom, you know.
Yeah.
Mum and Dad don't need it. You'll be right. Create that. Leave memories for people.
Yep.
That's what it's all about.
I know another thing you're passionate about too, under the model with which you work compared to the larger agencies, is that it's you 100% from start to finish.
Yeah.
From the very first time you meet someone and maybe have a listing meeting, right through to the time that you're settling and handing them the keys. And that's something you're passionate about, isn't it?
100%. It's really important. If you list with an agent, have your agent. You know, we know there's agents in areas that you go with them because they're the number one agent. Doesn't mean they're the best. They might not sell at the right price either. But they go with them, and then suddenly their little Johnny on the spot turns up, does the open home. How are they going to talk to buyers? How do they understand the house? Do they know about the house? You know, maybe on a building a pest, but again, as an agent, I like to be there for that because it's very important. Building inspectors got a job to do. If they can't find something, they look for more things. They look deeper and deeper. So as an agent, you need to be there to understand the process and also help your client that you're representing. So yeah, you want an agent from start finish. Look,
Does the lot.
I had a handbag that somebody got delivered to their old house, sitting in my house for 3 months, waiting for them to turn up to get it. I've collect mail all the time and do rediversions. You know, you're an agent for life. You're not an agent for a few minutes.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it. Fantastic. So how would you describe your selling style?
I don't know. I read the reviews that people write. At the end of the day, I have a genuine approach, and I feel I do because I genuinely do care.
Yep.
I'm quite open and transparent, and you know, like there's no point in fluffing it up.
Yep.
It is what it is. We can either fix it. I suppose a big thing I like to say to my clients is that, look, at the end of the day, we're getting to know each other, but it's also a process. It is a little bit of a business transaction. So don't take anything personal, anything that's constructive, but it's both ways. So please give me that feedback.
Yep.
So we try to keep it real, you know, no matter what. I love it that when you do a sale, both buyer and seller, they get to talk at the end of it all. That's a positive transaction,
isn't it?
That's something that's fantastic because, you know, you've just helped someone on their journey to their next port of call, but then you've brought somebody into your suburb. They all know where I live.
Yep.
They're all like going, oh, I love the Mustang. Yeah, it's not out. No, it's not out. It's undercover. It's a big thing for me to be a big part of the community. And people respect that I am part of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a very much a interesting little journey you come on.
Yep. And I want to sort of touch on that a bit too, because you are very localised with what you do. You specialise in Ormeau and Ormeau Hills, as we said, and surrounding areas as well. But you live there, and you've lived there for a long time, don't you? So you know things that other agents wouldn't about the area.
Oh, look, 100%. So it's really interesting that when you talk to buyers and you say, oh, you know, there was a day that I was digging out the back fence of my parents' house over there in Norfolk Village, and we're looking at cows. Well, it's houses in a school now.
Yeah.
You know, or you see the journey of the first home in Jacobs Ridge that went to auction. There wasn't many houses in there at that time, and you know, it was the new smart home back when the Hills Hub went in, and you had 400,000 wires to make your house smart.
Yep.
And we watched that go to auction. You know, to be there live, that's pretty special.
Yeah.
To see that whole estate just be land. Like, there's a lot of developments, and knowing the futures and sitting down with local members and understanding the transitions of what's happening and being a part of that. Like, it's a special thing to be a part of. It's my community. I love my community.
Yep.
I love to see it grow.
When did you move there?
Oh, gosh, I can't even remember. It's been a long time. Gosh, how old are you? Sorry, it's my son over in the corner, but it's been a long time. We've been there probably nearly 20 years around that area. So we have seen it change. You know, sitting in a car, even down at like places like Foxwell Road, looking at horses run around in acreage paddocks, to now go, that's Westfield.
Yeah, amazing.
It's incredible changes. And someone saying to you, oh, the Greenbelt's going to disappear. It's like, no, it's not. Yeah, it has.
Yep.
Because that's development. That's growth. So, yeah, a long time, a lot of changes. Are they all positive? Probably not. Will they be? 100%. It's how we adapt to it.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So you've sort of touched on this already, but what does a great client experience look like to you?
Oh, happy people. It's got to be happiness. It's getting a good result. You know, sometimes you're not always going to get the magic number in a price, but as long as it's been a good result, it's been a comfortable result for both parties, and they're happy. And I ask my clients, you know, are they happy with their result? Because you've got to make sure you're doing the job. But look, a transitioning of smiley people going out and smiley people coming in. I love it when, especially when buyers are just so excited to be part of the community. And, yep, it makes my Woolworths experience a lot longer in doing the shopping, but I don't mind.
Yep.
It's great to see faces that you haven't seen for a while, and, you know, great to jump into houses and have a cup of coffee with people, which we did the other weekend. It's so nice to see the changes and how much they love what they've bought and how they can't thank you enough. And it's like, no, thank yourself. You bought the house. My part was to show you the house and show you the benefits. So it's, yeah, mate, best thing ever.
Look, your passion is palpable. It really is. It's really fantastic to see. So tell me about a listing that didn't go to plan.
Look, we've had instances where I'm a big fan of staging your house, making it look nice.
Sure.
Don't need to go and pay lots of money to stage it. You just need to make it look pretty.
Yep.
Not hard to do. Some people don't want that. I have had a house where I've had people refuse to walk in the front door.
Really?
Yep. It was tenanted and it smelt terrible. Absolutely disgusting, to be honest. And it's difficult to try and sell that house. Ultimately, we had to have that person removed, and we sold it vacant after a lot of air freshener. So it didn't go to plan.
Right. No, that's a tough one.
It was very tough. Very tough, because you can't tell people how to live either.
No. Well, there's a whole set of things that go on when trying to sell a house that's tenanted compared to someone's family home or vacant, isn't there?
Oh, look, definitely. And my biggest thing is to say to people is the uncomfortability of selling is shorter than the comfortability of living in your new home.
Yeah.
So it's a really important thing that they understand that what I give them as knowledge and as understanding what we need is a short-term thing.
Sure.
And most people are pretty good and accept it.
Sure. What has been the mix in that Ormeau Hills area of investment properties versus, owner-occupiers over the time? And have you seen it change?
Well, it depends on the news, mate.
Yep.
They do control everything.
They do.
So if they're out there chattering about interest rates and, investment opportunities, it's great. And then the minute they turn around, like the last lot of news is how much they're going to charge us to have an investment property, they drop off. But again, like the last couple of weeks, been smashed with investors.
Right.
So don't be fooled by these agents who are trying to win a listing and, it's all southern investors. It's not. There's a lot of money local now.
Yep.
A lot of money. Interest rates drop, then we know that their investment with their money drops.
Yep.
Better off in bricks and mortar where it's going to pick up.
Sure.
So it's a bit of a trade-off for them. So, but it's a good balance.
Yep.
Good
Fantastic. Balance. All right, my what I hope is becoming my world famous quick fire round.
Oh God, here we go.
Okay.
Boom.
So questions without notice, short, sharp answers. First thing that comes to mind.
I have no idea what he's about to say.
All right, one word to describe your negotiation style.
Comfortable.
Comfortable. The 3 or 4 main words your clients would use to describe you.
Genuine, easy to talk to, approachable, works hard.
I'd throw in passionate.
Oh, I'm definitely passionate.
Biggest myth about real estate agents?
Oh, gosh. That we're all car salesmen, carpet salesmen.
Carpet
The
sales.
worst in the world. Look, there are some out there that I would rate that. At the end of the day, I'm far from that. I'm a genuine person. I'm local. I'm a family man. I actually care. I care for many reasons.
Yep, fantastic. Weirdest thing you've seen at an open home?
Weirdest thing at an open home? That's a tough one. Actually, I was doing an open home in Opperman Drive, and I was on the balcony just looking at this amazing view, best views ever. And I heard this rustling. I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's a kangaroo. There was 3 gorgeous peacocks coming down through the scrub down underneath.
Wow.
No one owns them. They're just locals that roam all the acreage properties around that area
Really?
and just go visiting.
Wild.
Oh, just absolutely stunning to see that. That's probably the weirdest thing.
Yep.
I've never had peacocks come through an open.
No, very, very true. All right, so if your real estate career was a movie, what would it be called?
Oh, let's go Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Eh?
Like it.
Start at the bottom, work your way up.
Like it. Being that you're at the further end, it's the second one, isn't it? Maverick.
Oh, Maverick. Hey, Mav.
Yeah.
Call sign.
All right, your top tip, your overall top tip for homeowners when selling?
Presentation.
Presentation.
It's all about presentation. People have limited ability to envisage a life in a home. So if it's messy, it's small.
Yep.
If it's presented well and you just weed out the bits and pieces, don't go get a shipping container. Use your garage. That's what a garage is for. Make it look presentable, spacious, nice and bright. And the must-have in every presentation is positive.
Yep.
Okay? Positive flow is so important. And I'll leave that there because that's my thing.
Okay.
I don't want other agents picking up on it.
Okay.
Positive flow is everything.
All right. Last question. If someone is listening and considering using you as their agent, what do you have to say to them? You can look straight down the barrel.
Like 0498 642464. No.
That will be in the description.
Look, if you're looking to sell your house and you want somebody to be genuine in approach and get the result done working hard, give me a call. You know, whether you go with me or not, you've got to talk to a whole bunch of agents. But I think the most important thing, regardless, and this is what I would want for anybody, regardless whether they use me or not, is make sure you're comfortable with the person that's sitting at your table.
Yep.
If you're not comfortable, don't use them. You know, don't use them because, oh, they're number one. Doesn't mean they're the best. It might mean they sell the most properties, but are they selling for the right price? So comfortability is really, really important. And listen to what they say and make sure they're concerned about you.
Brett Reddell, Area Specialist, Ormeau and Ormeau Hills. Thanks for joining me on the Elite Real Estate Agents of Southeast Queensland podcast.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And, of course, if you've liked what you heard today and would like to get in contact with Brett, all of his details are in the description. And, of course, you can find him. Go and give us your website.
brettreddell.areaspecialist.com.au. Nice and simple.
Perfect.
Yeah, just look me up. Give me a call. My name's everywhere. Go past the train station. I'm there as well on the wall. Gosh, I get many photos of that thing.
Oh, fantastic. And I'll see you on the next episode. Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Elite Real Estate Agents of SEQ. If today's guest sounded like the right agent to help with your next move, please reach out. You'll find all their details in the show notes and episode description. And if you're a real estate agent interested in being showcased on the podcast, visit www.podproaustralia.com.au to learn more and register your interest. If you enjoyed the podcast, we'd love it if you could like, share, and rate the podcast and let us know in the comments if there's an agent you've dealt with and you think they should be featured next. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.